Hi and welcome back to my playthrough of Secrets of the Lost Tomb. Before we get started, I want to welcome a new patron. So welcome Joel, thanks so much for your support. Again, a huge shout out to all of my other patrons too who are supporting me, but today is especially Joel, so thanks again. And it seems I was a little bit too optimistic in respect to the upcoming Kickstarter. Again, I only heard this by some of my patrons and some other folks. Yeah, there is a Kickstarter plan, but maybe not today or tomorrow, maybe not in the next 2 weeks or so. So don't really hold your breath, or this could be really still years until a new Kickstarter is coming out. Anyway, I'm continuing my playthrough of Secrets of the Lost Tomb here. We have made some progress. So we have already rescued 2 of the children. We haven't found any Ronin yet, but we were also already able to gather Masamune, which we now have to deliver to the 4 heavenly kings down here on level 3. Good thing is I already have kind of a rope with me, so I definitely might be able to find a way down there. Creature wise, we are quite okay, I would say, because we only have Onibo Muramasa, the Dark Soul, on the board, and we have to defeat him anyway relatively quickly, or we have to defeat him, not relatively quickly, we have to still defeat him before we can win this scenario. Here we have this little stone spirit of Olmec. I think, yeah, he's not really moving very fast, and we can pretty much evade those monsters at least once per turn without rolling any dice off or whatsoever. So I think overall we are not in a bad shape. The problem about this scenario is we don't have a lot of time. So this comet track is already at 1. If it ever reaches 7, we automatically lose the game. So I think let's not lose too much time. And I think let's move down to the 2nd level of the tomb, shall we? And the way to get there is to move here to the Quetzalcoatl's Descent. This will then automatically bring us to level 2, from which we can then continue to explore. So yeah, let's do that. Our speed is 6, so let's spend our very first action here to move accordingly. I think there is not really something we have to take care of. This is the only room with a trap, but we definitely don't want to move there. So yeah, let's simply move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. This was our very first action, and I think then we simply have to continue to explore. So I think let's move in that direction. That's our 2nd move already. So yeah, let's see if we can find a level 2 tile. Yes, we can. Oh, that's a nice one. The sword in the stone. And again, it's one of our encounters. So again, we will have to face one of those burning huts. So we have to free the children here. And yeah, again, we can do Excalibur search up there. So if we are successful, we could go for Excalibur, which seems to be quite a nice little artifact, I believe. Problem is, we are right now here on red, so the only way how we can find it is to roll a 6 on this. It's a 12-sided die, but again, each number is represented twice here, so it's pretty much 1 in a 6 chance in this case, and I really don't know why they did that. Really don't know. There might be a reason I'm just not thinking about. But I think let's not search here because, yeah, I don't know. It's definitely could be a nice artifact, but overall, I think let's make some progress. But of course, we have to deal with this, event here. So again, we have to deal with some burning hearts to rescue our final child already. Again, we can go for strength or dexterity, but now that we have the enchanted blade, which gives us +1 on all checks, so that's already a 7 here. And we have Roger de Martin, which gives us a +2 to strength checks too. So I think that's 7, that's 9 dice in total. And I think, yeah, that's the better deal. And because it's our last child, I think let's spend the audacity. So also force will count as a success now. Again, I only have 8 dice, so let's hope we don't need the 9th die. And I think that's definitely good enough. We need 2 successes. That's a success. That's a success. That's a success. Good enough. And as it's been a while, let's read the passive effect here. Your bravery has been rewarded. You saved a child. Now standing in the tomb, you realize there is more to this journey than the mind can comprehend. And you beat your body to extinguish the invisible flames, taking minor burns. So again, we will get, or we will lose 4 health. So I guess once again, we will assign it to the singing scimitar here. It can still take 2 wounds before this companion is defeated. But what's more important, we have just found our 3rd child. Problem is we are still looking for 2 Ronin, and yeah, we have to continue exploring. Simple as that. Okie dokie, I think I need to continue to explore, so let's spend our 3rd action. We can move here or there. I think table-wise we have to go here for now. Not sure if that's a good idea or not, but I will do it anyway. We have a level 2 tile here, and that's the Grand High Masonic Lodge. Oh, and that's the 2 we are looking for. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So those are the Ronin. So the very first Ronin is showing up. So let's do some reading again. Once 2 Ronin markers have been placed, we are not triggering this section. We are just getting started in the Ronin business. So yeah, let's try to save a Ronin from seppuku. As you enter the room, you see a man on his knees with his back to you. You're not sure why, but you are compelled to say, "Stop!" The man places the sword back into its sheath and turns to face you. Realizing you just stopped a Ronin from committing seppuku, your mind races to think of what to do next. So we have a choice. We can either try to talk to him out of it, so we need a knowledge check, which is also not the worst thing in the world, or we can challenge him to a duel. Okay. So that's pretty much an audacity test with 2 successes. Audacity is currently at an 8 still. Knowledge is currently at 7, but again, we are getting a +1 to all, so that's also an 8. In this case, it doesn't really matter too much, I would say. I raised knowledge because of a reason, so I think let's go for a knowledge check, shall we? Yeah, let's do that. And as we still have a lot of audacity, let's spend one. Again, force will now count as successes too. So again, let's roll some dice here and see what we are doing. 6, 4, 5, 5. Awesome. This was definitely a success. With cunning and resolve, you've proven a worthy opponent. The Ronin respects your efforts and pledges not to end his life. Rather, he'll use it to battle the newest threat to the world. You've saved one of the Ronin, but there must still be a sacrifice. Place an elite creature in this room. Okay, we'll do that in a second. And we have saved the Ronin. Place a Ronin marker on the tomb's entrance. Nice. So here we are. That's one of the Ronins. We need 1 more, but what's really not so nice is that we have to spawn an elite monster into the room, and here we have found the Vampiric Gargoyle, undead and flying. Undead is, I think, good news because, again, Roger de Martin helps us greatly against undead creatures. For every 1 damage this creature deals, this creature heals 1 damage. So yeah, he's sucking the life out of us. That's kind of a bummer. He takes 7. The courage attack is not so bad. And overall, the amount of damage he's doing is also not terrible. So I think we are doing okay time-wise. So maybe we should really spend our next action to attack this Vampiric Gargoyle. Don't you think? Yeah, let's do that. So first of all, we have to spend an action in order to trigger the attack. Then we will take the courage hit, 1 and 2. So -2 is still okay. And again, we can rest up to 0. So that's definitely okay. And then we have to build the dice pool already. And again, we have to make a choice. So the Enchanted Plate gives us +2, but the Tommy Gun gives us a +4 and also hits on a 4, 5 or 6 in combat. And we have to roll for the upkeep here anyway. So I think that's the better deal, right? So we will spend those 4 dice, or we will get 4 dice here. And again, we automatically hit on a 4, 5 or 6. Our base, it's a dexterity weapon. Yeah, it is. So we are basically get 6 more dice. So again, we are at our maximum limit. So that's 10 dice in total. Then +1, I think there was one here, +2 here. And yeah, here is +1. He gives us that. Well, that's 13 dice in total. And if we want, we can use Earl Hawk here. But I think for now, let's hold on to that because we might need him later. So if this roll now goes terribly wrong, then maybe we want to reconsider using him. But we are hitting on a 4, 5, or 6 because of the Tommy gun. So I think overall, yeah, let's see. So yeah, let's roll some dice. So here are the first 8. 1 fell out. We will re-roll it. Okay, that's nice. So 1 hit, 1 critical hit, 1 hit, 1 hit, 1 hit. Wow, that's amazing. Look at the amount. We can ignore those. And in theory, we could even re-roll those. But that's really insane. I mean, these are 1 critical hit. So let's mark it down here accordingly. So that's this one. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 normal hits. And we still get 5 more dice, right? We have 13 dice. Yes, 13 dice. And we had 1 crit. But again, this doesn't really matter too much. Critical miss, that is. So I think we can hold on to this because we can ignore it anyway. And then, yeah, we will re-roll 5 dice. Really insane how many dice you're rolling in this game. And that's another critical hit. I take it. Here's a hit. Here is a hit. And here is a hit. So overall, we now are inflicting 2 critical hits. Then we have 3 more hits. So that's 9 hits here. Somewhere is the 9. And I think these were 2 critical misses. But in theory, we could re-roll those. So let's check the results if that's already good enough. I think we are pretty sure we are not taking any hits with 9 successes. And keep in mind, this happens first. So he has a 6. No, that's not a problem. So we have 9, 11 successes. So we are not taking any real damage. Then we take this, we subtract 2 of this. So that's 7. That's exactly enough to destroy the Vampiric Gargoyle. We still had 2 more critical hits. So this fella would be dead anyway. So he's out of here. Now I really do think that playing this with this Quartermain guy might be a little bit too powerful, but again, I wanted to try it. Let's see how things go. And who knows, so those were 4 of those soul shards. So we might consider thinking of spending those, but that was pretty amazing. I didn't have to activate any of my assets. Wow. Okay, let's spend our next action. I think let's move up here. Yeah, let's do that. So that's basically level for all of those. The Island Observatory. Okay, we will move in here. We ignore this because we have already rescued all of our children. And here we are doing an audacity test. Then we could gain another state or a new status card, which would be fearless. Awesome. So we are rolling 7 dice now in order to pass this. 7. Yeah, we're only looking for 1 success. And yeah, that's really not a problem here. Here's our success. But it was really only 1 success. So it was close. But anyway, we are being fearless now. And that's a pretty mighty condition, I must add. You do not lose courage from creatures, but during upkeep, roll a die on a 1 discard. You may not reroll. I take it. I mean, that's really, really, really amazing. Cool stuff. But anyway, I think I will spend another action to heal or to rest. So I will go back to 0 courage. And again, I might also want to consider healing my Singing Scimitar. Again, time-wise, we are really doing okay. So yeah, let's do that. Let's spend yet another action. So this heals us twice. And maybe that's good enough for now. Yeah, let's hold on to any more actions. We still have to do some movement. A little problem is we ran into a dead end here. Even graphically we can see that. So I think it's time to move back. So let's spend our next action. So 1, and I think let's move over here. And that's the Mineshaft. Okay, awesome. So we could already move down. I mean, that's pretty cool, but I think we can also do a movement check and then move down to Mongol's Hall. Move to Mongol's Hall. If we fail, move to Mongol's Hall -2. Okay, we could basically okay, fall down. But of course, we also have to deal with a misadventure here, so let's not forget to do that. Squinting in the darkness and moving forward, you activate some kind of floor plate. Click. You've definitely stepped in it this time. A rune on the floor flashes red and the room begins to shake with an unearthly guttural rumbling that you know can't be good. Okay, we have to do a knowledge check, which is currently a 7. Again, we get a +1 because of our enchanted blade, so that's 8 dice again. So yeah, let's simply roll those dice and we only need 1 success in theory. And I think that's good enough. Yeah, here we have 2 successes even. Awesome. So let's see what we get. Okay, a metal lever on the other side of the room catches your eye. Okay, now we have to do a dexterity check. And that's 7 dice, 8 dice because of this. And again, I keep forgetting I have my fedora with me. This is also another die. So wow, so 8 dice, 9 dice it is. Okay. So we have to basically pass twice in order to avoid any penalizing effect, it seems. And yeah, there is a success. Yeah, 3 successes, not a problem. We have passed. You bolt toward it and flip the off switch. Okay, that's really not a big deal. Not fast enough, fall through the floor, move to the level 3 landing. I mean, maybe we should have failed in this case because yeah, we can move down to Mongol's Hall and that's pretty much already the end of this thing then. But the thing is, we are not getting back up again, so we might have to really use a rope now in order to make it down. So but we have taken care of this car. That was definitely a great success. At least we haven't taken any wounds or so. So now it's really time to think about using the bullwhip here in order to make it down to Mongol's Hall, because then it's really adjacent to these or between these 2 floors, so I can move back up, because then I only need to find the final Ronin and I have to defeat Onibu Muramasa. So this is really doable. This is really cool. +2 to trap checks. I mean, this did help us before, but really it's now the perfect time. Yeah, I think let's do it. Let's do it. So we will discard the bullwhip here. Again, discard place rope token when able. We are able. So let's place it here. So now Mongol's Hall is adjacent. We have to spend an action in order to do so. And I think, yeah, let's do that. Okay, this bullwhip is no more. I think it kind of served as well. We used it in the beginning to attack, but I think right now, yeah, that's fine. I think let's do some more progress. So we will spend our, I think, 10th action already to move down here. So that's 1 and 2. Again, those do not trigger. At least as far as I know, as once they're out, they're already out, because otherwise it would be already hard to track. And yeah, basically without spending in action, I can now leave Masamune the Deathbringer here. So we have pretty much dealt with one of the 3 win conditions. One is still, I think we have a 4th one to defeat this guy here, but we will take care of him soon too, I guess. And now I have to decide if I want to stay down here, because again, we need to find another room. And I think we might be able to do that also relatively easily. I think we should be okay, because we have still our special ability bin there. Remove a special ability token and reveal the top 5 room tiles from the stack and put them back in any order. And I think, yeah, don't need to spend an action for that. I simply do that now, so why not now? And those are the 5 tiles I've drawn. So that's a 1. We don't need a 1. That's a level 3. That's a misfortune. So let's put this at the bottom of this stack. That's also not the right, but it's a fortune one. So keep it, I think, a little bit on top, I believe. This is a level 2 one, so let's see. Oh, that's a trap room, so that's even worse. And this is the pitfall. And we can ignore the pitfall with our bullwhip, but we have given this away. So this goes definitely to the bottom. And this is also a bad one. So we didn't find the right room now. Okay, that's really kind of a bummer. So yeah, I think then we'll leave it like this, right? So this goes to the bottom. Yeah, I think this needs to go to the bottom. Then we take those two misfortune. They will come up sooner or later. But we also have to see, okay, this is level 3. This is a level 3. This is a level 2 and 3. Okay, I will put them back in a proper order. And here, I like the artwork on this one here, apparently. And then, yeah, I have to continue my journeys. Okay, let's spend our next action. And I think we will move now 1, 2, and I think 3 spaces down here. So yeah, let's explore into this direction. Again, we know what we get because I have staged the deck somewhat. So here we have the Arc Portal. Fortunately, this is kind of a dead end 2. So let's move in here. And then as an action, move your character to any explored room in the tomb. Very nice, can really help us. Not sure if we want to do that right now, but maybe I do actually. And before we do, we have to deal with the adventure here. The room hangs heavy with Spanish moss, making walking difficult. Something brushes against your foot. Kneeling down, you find a human skull with teeth marks on it. Oops. Drumming begins to reach your ears, soft at first, but soon filling the room with its beat. We have to do a dexterity check. So that's 6 plus 1, that's 7, right? And that's a story check, so 8 dice it is. So let's see what happens here. We are only looking for 1 success, right? Okay, no, that's not too bad. So we have 2 critical hits even, but again, these do not count for standard checks here. A silver wolf spirit bound past you and you duck just in time. It slides long enough for you to grab a discarded blunderbuss and shoot the spirit dead. Among the skeletons littering the floor, you find something useful. Awesome, we get an item. And here we have found some bandages. As an action, we have to test knowledge. Target adventurer gains +3 health for each success rolled. May not exceed starting health. Discard this card after use. Very nice, very nice. I think for now I want to hold on to this, but maybe I want to hear the singing scimitar sooner or later. Very nice. Okay, let's spend the penultimate action to move, I believe, in here. 1, 2, and 3 into this room. So I think we already know what this is too. Yeah, exactly. That was the one. At least I do remember. The cool thing about this room is here, yeah, as an exploration effect, we gain +1 mythos. How nice is that? Again, we will ignore this one because we have dealt with the children. But I will definitely take the mythos. Nice. We still have 1 more action. So in theory, we could move in here, but I know what the next room actually is. It's not the worst room in the world, and I think we have to still make some progress. So maybe moving here might not be our worst idea. But on the other hand, no, I think not. Let's spend our very last action. So that's this one here to heal this guy down. So again, the scimitar is back at 4 wounds instead of 6. I take it so we can take, it's pretty much my life insurance, this one for now, blood bag of some sort. And yeah, that's pretty much the end of our action phase. So let's resolve the tomb card. And again, it's a green one. Living history. Cracks begin to form on the floor. All have to do a dexterity check, and if we fail, we get slowed. Okay, we have to deal with that. Dexterity, this is not a story effect in this case. I believe that's simply 7 dice now. So we are hoping for 1 success. Yeah, here's a success. Yeah, it's still a success. Awesome. So we are not getting slowed. I think that's definitely already good news. Then we will move the creatures and they will all move towards us. So let's start with this slow guy here. He can move up here, he can move up there, doesn't really matter. So we will move him up here. And Onibo will move 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces down here. So he's moving at us and we have to defeat him anyway. So I think overall that's not really bad news. We are not doing any combat. We have to spawn some creatures. Okay, on level 1 we will see 2 normal creatures and 1 elite creature. Okay, that is kind of a bummer, I guess. So the only 2 red rooms are here. So again, let's start with the level 1 creature. And again, we will place 1 here. We will place 1 there. We have to split those up as evenly as possible. So here we have the follower of Anubis. Yeah, really not that big of a deal, I guess. And here we have a deep one. It lurks in the dark waters. Beware of the rising tide. Also not crazy. But we have to deal with 1 elite one, and that's Amigo. And again, we can choose now, and I think let's place it here. That's a little bit farther from us. Yeah, I could get afraid, but again, I can ignore those critical hits rolled anyway. So I guess that's also not terrible. Then we have to go into upkeep, and this could now backfire a little bit because we can really lose both of those weapons here, and this would be really a pity. Good thing is we always have the enchanted blade, so I think whatever happens, it's not the end of the world. So let's see, we will start again with a fast draw revolver. That gives us a +1 to dexterity, and I think I keep forgetting this. I guess I did more than once now, but okay, it is what it is. On 1, 2, or 3, we have to discard it. That's a 3. Yes, we have lost our very first item. So now it really does get a little bit more challenging because this was dexterity. But I kept forgetting it anyway, so maybe also not too bad. And then here on a 1 to 2, the Tommy gun. That's a 6. It even shows a Tommy gun here, so we are good. We are not doing this. No, that's fine. We have not activated any of our guys here, but of course we have to roll for the fearless one here. So on a 1 we have to discard it, and no, that's a 3, so we continue to be fearless. Then search token goes back from red to green, so I think I might want to do a search again, maybe. Let's see about that. And the comet track increases by only 1. I think that's also not too bad, and that's pretty much the end of our tomb card. And I think let's do one more round this episode. Now it's really only finding that remaining room with the Ronin, right? Yeah, so I think let's spend our very first action to move here. Again, time-wise, we are really doing okay. I again kind of know what this was. I cannot remember the details now, but I know it had a misadventure, and it was a dead end, and it's a red room. So maybe it was a good idea not to spawn, because there was no spawn for a level 2. So no, nothing else would have happened. So we are moving in here, but yes, I do remember it was a misadventure. So yeah, let's deal with that. A mysterious being wearing dark robes speaks from the shadows. I have waited millennia for someone with a strength such as yours. What it is that you want with this world? Truth or power? If you seek the truth, read pass. If you seek power, read fail. I think I have to make a thematic decision now. So we are moving back to a 9. And again, the maximum, I believe, is a 10. Let's move on. Again, we are spending an action. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's move in down here. That's a level 3. That's a level 1 or 2. Not really sure what this was, but I believe it can't be good either, right? Okay, that's the trap room. I think I messed... Oh no, I think... Was this the last one? I think there was nothing I could do. Yeah, it has an infinity symbol here, so we are basically putting a standard trap token on here too. So I think we still have to place it. Not sure if there is an infinite trap token available or not, but yeah, this trap will now fire. It's a pitfall with a rope adjacent to Mongol's Hall. Yeah, we are already there. And we have to pass a dexterity check now. And wow, if we are falling down, we are moving to Mongol's Hall, which is not bad because we have placed a rope there. I think that's everything. It's really not terrible. I think we would be able to deal with that. But let's do the dexterity check. It's still a 7 now. Yeah, we have lost our revolver. It's really a bummer. Yeah, here's a success, here's a success. Perfect, we are fine. So we are not taking any hits here. Problem is we have to move back. Maybe, okay, we can still move into this space here. And I think that's what we should be doing. So let's spend our next action. That's a level 3. We can discard this. This is a level 1, 2, 3. What do we have here? That's a bummer. Lives Ericsson Corotto. Again, we can ignore this, but we have pretty much just improved our movement rating. That's definitely something. So we are going up to 7 movement. I mean, this guy is really incredibly powerful. I mean, let's take one other character, for example. Let's take a standard multiplayer character. I mean, she's also not bad, but look at the amount of dice. I mean, he has at least a 4 in each of those, and she doesn't even have a 6. So yeah, he's really very, very powerful. And yeah, we have to continue to explore. Yeah, let's do that. And table space is definitely getting a problem. So let's spend our next action. And here we have found Cave of Wonders. We can find Aladdin's lamp here. It's another dead end. Apparently we have to deal with an adventure. As you feel your way into the dimly lit room, you notice a large winged statue holding an ornately carved, very long staff. Its glowing red eyes move. It's looking at you. Okay, yet again we are doing a mythos check. We are rolling 7 dice again. That's really insane. 7 dice. Okay. Let's reroll that one. That's a hit. Perfect. So let's see what we get. You hear a voice. You have passed my test. Some entity leaves the statue, transforming into a sparkling angel of light that flies right into your chest. You feel a warm sensation. Oh, +1 mythos and the blessing of the tomb. So the +1 mythos is definitely not an issue. And here we have the blessing of the tomb. Supernatural positive, apparently. When you draw a story card, it's always an adventure. Okay, that's nice. When you use Audacity, you reroll as many dice as you choose instead of the entire roll. When you get this status, gain +2. So I think we have to move up to 10. So that's our maximum. And yeah, we can lose it during upkeep if we are rolling a 1. And apparently we are not allowed to reroll that. Yeah, let's move on. I think we can still move down here. Let's spend an action. Here we have a level 2 and a level 3. And ooh, the river Styx. How nice is that? We already have triggered this, and I think there is nothing else that's going on here. Oof, okay, yeah, let's move on, right? Here's another level 3, and here is an exclusive level 1. And yeah, I think we are moving in here, and I think we have to place it. Yeah, let's place it like this. Or should we? No, I think let's place it like this, apparently. Yeah, why not? Yeah, I think I really had to make the choice. But no, I think I really wanted to move in here. So no, let's not cheat. So we wanted to move in here. That was my idea because I knew it would be a dead end here. So we are moving in here. In theory, it's a misadventure because of our blessing of the tomb. We can treat it as an adventure. And again, only tendency-wise, they are better than the misadventure. Also, terrible stuff can happen here if we are failing, apparently. Twisting and turning through the halls of the tomb has made you exhausted. If you find a basin in this room filled with some weird green water, or you find you're thirsty, but something in the room calls to you. If you take drink, read pass. If you search, read, fail. I think, again, we are the explorer. We want to know what is going on, right? Yeah, let's move on. So we are moving this up. That's the first fail effect we are reading. You decide against drinking the green glowing water and search the room with renewed determination. Okay, we have to do a knowledge check. It's a story test. So 7, 8, 9 dice we are rolling. Yeah, 9 dice and only 1 success. Yep, that's what it is. Okay. Yeah, these are 2 successes, not a problem. You find an ancient but powerful artifact under a clay pot. +1 artifact. Nice. So yeah, let's see what we get. And that's Zeus Lightning Bolt. +6 and it ignores armor. You must be kidding me. And it's even a dexterity weapon. Oh man. You're really at bad news for you, Onibo. When you deal damage to a target, also deal all other targets in this room the same damage. Oh man, this insane. Okay, cool. So we can definitely keep this very nice weapon. And I think, yeah, let's spend yet another action. I think, again, this time here. Yeah, let's go in here. Here we still have some room to explore. 1 and 2. So let's see what we get. And okay, awesome. We have Osiris the Eternal. I think that's the room we needed. Yes, we have the 2. Amazing. So let's move in here. We are getting +4 courage. You must be kidding me. And I believe a +4. Yeah, I think this gives us again a +1 to all checks. Wow, that's so insane. But now we have to deal with the final Ronin. Again, we can make a choice, and I know what is going to happen with the first one. We are drawing another elite enemy in that room. And yeah, I think... No, I think the first one was a knowledge check, right? I think, yeah, but I think Audacity, then we can at least read what is happening next. Yeah, I think so. Okay, because here we are rolling 10 dice. It's not a story test. We are getting a +1 because of our enchanted blade. So 11 dice and we need 2 successes. And now I think I already have done my thing. So not sure if I'm now losing that die if I spend the Audacity or not. That's a little bit unclear about the timing of that. I don't want to feel like cheating, so I think I will spend it and then count my dice. So again, we are also hitting on a 4 now. In this case, a 4, 5, and 6. So that's 10 dice in total. But I'm actually relatively sure that... and we get the +1 from the other. It's still 11 dice. I think it still counts. So that's 8. These are already 4 successes in total. So I think we can stop rolling dice. We have dealt with another Ronin. Challenge him to a duel, was it? Your training has prepared you well. Through flurry and parry and a masterful display of combat, you hold your own against the legendary warrior. For this you have earned his respect, and he vows to save his life for an even greater purpose. The timing of his decision is perfect, for now you face a new battle. You have saved a Ronin, so we will place the last Ronin marker, the tombstone, and yeah, place an elite creature in this room, okay? But let's start with the Ronin. Where's the first Ronin? Here's the first Ronin. Okay, amazing. And then we have to spawn a new elite warrior here. That's the Hound of Tyndalos. When killed, roll a die. On a 1 respawn, Hound of Tyndalos in this room with his full health. Wow, you must be kidding me. And he takes 9 wounds in total. But that's pretty much the end of our quest. So we have rescued all 3 children. We have, yeah, more or less also saved the Ronin, I would say. So I've prevented them from, yeah, doing seppuku. We have placed Masamune in the 4 heavenly kings, but he is still alive. So we have to face him. And I think we might be able to take him out because then I automatically win this game, I believe. I think I do not have to go through a full turn then, or basically have to wait or so. I think as soon as this done, yeah, I think again I can in theory do that, and I believe I should. Apparently, I cannot simply leave the room. I have to do an evade check, but I think that should be solvable too, because yeah, I can use this guy here, automatically evade any creatures or creatures in one room. So yeah, let's do that. So not really fancying to roll anything. And then we will spend our action to move out. So that's 1, 2, 3. And from there, we will move here. I think that was 3, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 4, 6, 5. And 6. We have 7 movement. Keep that in mind. So we can now face Onibo Muramasa, the Dark Soul. And I think let's totally do that. So let's spend our action. We can really take a lot of swings at him. Apparently, we will go with the lightning bolt from Zeus. It's a 2-handed weapon, but it also ignores armor. It's a dexterity, so that's 6 plus 6. That's 12 dice already. We get still a +1 here. I believe it still counts, so that's 13 dice. I think it's still a check. Yeah, 13, 14 dice. We are not taking the courage check, keep in mind, because we are fearless. And I think, yeah, let's also go with this guy, because he will give us a 4, 5, or 6 hit and 4 more dice now. So that's really insane. So overall, we are rolling 18 dice and 4s, 5, and 6s do count as a hit. Okay, yeah, let's just dice first. Reminds me a little bit of World of Warcraft. I think this was really cocked here. I don't want to count this. Okay, that's a hit, standard hit. Also standard hit, another standard hit. Okay, that's not really great. And we have 3 crits, but again, we can ignore the crits, but we can reroll those crits too. So those were 3 standard hits. Again, we are ignoring armor anyway. So I think that's pretty okay. Then again, we will reroll all of those dice again. Again, we have 18 dice in total. So 3 and 3 right now. Let's reroll this. That's 2 more hits, 3 more hits. So we are at 6 here already. That's a 1 critical hit. Awesome. But again, it doesn't really count anything for now. And we have 2 more critical misses here. So let's roll 2 more dice. It's so insane. And that's yet another hit. Okay, I take that. So we are at 7. And we have 5 of those critical misses. I think that this calls for this man here, Sandeep, saying reroll all one's rolls. So let's do that, which means we get to roll 5 more dice in theory. Okay, let's see about that. That's, I think, another critical. I take it that's another hit. So that's another critical, and that's another normal hit. So overall, we have inflicted 10 points worth of damage. It's not enough, but it's really not terrible either. So we are not taking any wounds. That's something we can totally ignore his defense here. So he simply takes 10 points worth of damage. And yeah, unfortunately, he's not dead yet. So we have to spend our 10th action to pretty much do the same thing again, but this time we are rolling 4 less dice, so it's only 14 dice, and only 5s and 6s do count. Yeah, so that's 14 dice. Again, this will more or less reset. It's a completely new action. Am I forgetting anything? I don't think so. So let's roll those suckers. Okay, these are 2, 3 critical hits. I take that, and I think that's already it. I pretty much can stop rolling, but of course I will do. I have 2 of those crits, but again, critical misses. This doesn't help. All the others are misses, actually. So we are rolling 6 more dice now. We are only rolling 14 dice. Keep that in mind. But again, it's enough. 1, 2, 3, another critical hit. So that's 4 critical and 2 standard hits. Yeah, that's what it is. So overall we have inflicted 6 points worth of damage, which means we are taking 4. So I would say good that we healed the dancing scimitar. Very nice. But this also means that Onibo Muramasa, the Dark Soul, yet again has been killed, and this time he will remain dead for good because we have dealt with our scenario. Amazing. I really have to be extremely honest now. This was extremely fun exploring the tomb, doing all those adventures and so on, but it was really far from being a challenge whatsoever. Unless I really have played something incredibly wrong, which I don't believe. There were definitely some hiccups, I'm pretty sure about that, but I think overall in the grand theme of things, everything was okay. So yeah, this Quartermain guy really is way too overpowered. In my taste. Again, I was not going for the introduction mission. This was already somewhat of a more, I would say advanced scenario. Not a tough one, but definitely not the easiest one. But apparently he was not really a match in the end. I must say, I believe there is still some reading to do. And actually I noticed I forgot to read or give you some flavor text in between, because you have to read when they die. Nothing really happens from a game perspective, but story-wise. So let's look at the second time, because I have basically forgot to read it the very first time. Back in the tomb, the figure before you bursts into flames, yet still resembles the shape of a man. It glares at you, hisses and steps toward you. Upon this step, its phantom limb disintegrates to ash, followed by the rest of its body. The red energy rises from the ground and again soars down a dark passage, seeking another victim to aid it on its dark journey. And then there is really a very long winning and losing section. I will read it to you. So again, if you don't want me to read it, you can now turn it off. And hopefully you enjoyed my little playthrough here. But for all the others, I will do some more reading. Players win, which we apparently did. Out of all your expeditions, you have not quite had an adventure like this before. You enter the room of the 4 heavenly kings, not knowing what to do next, only that this is where it was supposed to happen. You walk to the center of the room. As you do, a distant scream draws closer. You turn, expecting the worst, but have to laugh. It's the same member of the rogue expedition, still trying to find his way out of the tomb. He stops running and screaming and just stands in awe. He realizes you must have defeated the terrible demon that has slaughtered his party. He might actually survive this experience after all. Then that all too familiar glow rushes into the man. He falls to one knee and begins to metamorphose. As the figure rises, you realize your fight with Onibo is not over. You're ready for battle when you feel a hand on your shoulder. Before you can turn, the Deathbringer is pulled from your grip. You are frozen with surprise. From behind you walks an ethereal man holding a sword in each outstretched hand. Taking position between you and Onibo, he joins the blade. When he does, there is a brilliant light followed by a thunderous sound. As the afterimage fades, you see 2 samurai battling masterfully against each other. One is Onibo and the other could be none other than Masamune. Though both battle expertly, Onibo is no match for Masamune, now that he wields the Onmyodo. Disarming his opponents and backing him into the corner, Masamune thrusts his sword into his son, twisting the blade. With all his might, he begins to separate the blades, trying to sever the demon in half. But to your amazement, as the blades complete their motion, they are not dripping with blood. Rather, both are glowing with a red energy. Masamune returns to the center of the room and extends the blades upwards. As they near each other, the red energy becomes trapped, moving violently between the plates. The vibrating energy creates a hum so loud that you can barely focus your vision. The blades touch and the red energy is expelled from existence with such force that it nearly throws you out of the room. When your vision clears, you realize you're no longer paralyzed. As you stand, a white energy darts in front of you, pauses, then ascends through the ceiling. Not quite knowing what just happened, you look around and see the room is empty. No Onibo, no Masamune, no sword, not even the screaming kid. No, wait, what's left of him is over in the corner, doubled over in a bloody heap. Not pretty, but at least it makes sense. perplexed, you can only assume that your mission is complete. Now the only thing to do is figure out how to explain what happened to the rest of the EOP. And yeah, that's pretty much my playthrough of Secrets of the Lost Tomb. So I really hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, apologies, it really was almost felt like a cakewalk, and I really do hope I haven't messed things up. I checked more than once if I was allowed to bring Masamune down to the what was it? The 4 heavenly kings before the evil guy was dead or so, but it really didn't say anything about it. It said only, okay, the spirit Dark Soul had to be defeated in order to win the scenario, which I just did. Maybe that's something that they have clarified in the 2nd edition rules. I don't know, but here I am, and I think even without that, maybe it would have taken another turn or so, and then I would have defeated him anyway. So I think overall, no harm was done here anyway. It was definitely enjoyable, so don't get me wrong. It's a lot of fun exploring the tomb here, and again, really provides you a hell of a lot of replayability, which I really like in a game. So I might really come back to it at some point in time, and maybe then do a 2 or 3 player playthrough, because, or maybe try a different character. I don't know. Let's see about that. I will listen to you if you are interested in seeing another playthrough of Secrets of the Lost Tomb done by me. Apart from that, again, a huge shout out to all of my patrons. Really appreciate your support. If you want to support the show, then yes, you will find a link to my page on Patreon. And yeah, definitely like and subscribe. This also helps a lot. And yeah, I hope to see you soon. And yeah, until then, bye bye.